This is the 2024 GMC Canyon Denali. Is it the best mid-size truck? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary, and in today's video, I am going to give you the information to answer that question. And if you're interested in buying a GMC Canyon from Morgan Buick GMC, just come on into the dealership. You can set everything up to order one. And I say that because this model is actually pre-sold. It arrived already having been purchased. So I will leave a link to the dealership's website down in the description of the video. And for those who might wonder, well, is there anything new for 2024? These trucks were obviously fully redesigned for 2023, but there is an addition. Maybe not a change so much, but an addition, which is going to be the AT4X AEV, far more off-road capable. So with this Denali, we have an exterior color of Summit White. It has a jet black with teak accents interior. Kind of show you a little bit of what's here. As far as the overall design goes, you can see some of the stitching and the patterns here, the Denali logo there in the seat backs. And with the Summit White exterior color, well, tell me what you think about that. What exterior color do you prefer? Now, you'll find things such as some LED lighting here on the front end. We'll also find the forward-facing camera, which is going to be located right here. Now, it does not have a front camera washer, but you'll have fog lights, obviously your daytime running lights, and your headlights. And you've already seen one of the specific features of this truck, which will be the chrome grille. You'll also find the 20-inch wheels that are specific as well. And you've already seen the chrome grille, which is going to be specific to this trim level. You also have the 20-inch wheels. That's also going to be specific. And in the interior, and we're going to take a much closer look at this shortly, but you have the 11.3-inch touchscreen. As of 2023, obviously coming over here into 2024, the largest infotainment screen ever seen in one of these GMC Canyons. Under the hood is the 2.7-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. Now, there is a difference between what you have here as far as available horsepower and torque and what you would have if you went with the Chevrolet Colorado. And that's the fact that you don't have two different horsepower and torque options. The good news about that is that in this case, it's going to be the higher of the two. So that means 310 horsepower, 430 pounds-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And how about MPGs? 17 city, 21 highway, 19 combined, and 5.3 gallons of gas. And if you're curious, the gas tank that is located over there on the driver's side holds 21.3 gallons of gas. And let's talk about usability as a pickup. 1,670 pounds for payload. And the towing numbers, very impressive, 7,700 pounds. You'll find the bumper steps right here to make gaining access to the bed a little bit easier. And you have a dampened tailgate here. It's called the multi-stow tailgate. You also see the bed liner with multiple tie downs and a 120-volt power outlet. Very useful in a multitude of ways. Now, let's talk about what you have here with this multi-stow tailgate. So, you can use this area. You could store things in here. You could also put some ice in here. And there is a drain plug, which is right here. Some people say this is the drain plug. That's not. This is the drain plug. I don't know if I can pull that out or not. Kind of hard to do. There we go. So I pulled that out. That's how you can drain the water when the ice has melted down. A little bit easier to get out than it is to get in. Now, for those of you who might wonder what this is, that is there to help with the installation. I don't have any way to really show anything here, but that's part of how you install the Kicker audio system. It's actually available here. But obviously without that, you could store quite a few different items in here, depending on what you're going to be doing. So really, it's a multi-stow tailgate, all right, because you can stow multiple things in there, as long as you can lay them flat, that is. We'll take a little bit closer look into the interior of this truck. Let's see how comfortable the armrest is. Well, it seems to be okay if I put my arm up there. And you have the door bin maybe more of a bottle holder than a door bin, but I guess there's other things that can be stored right here. And both sides, both seat cushions do lift up. There is a latch right here that you can use to do that. And you can see some of the additional interior looks here as far as how that goes. Now, let's hop inside here, see if I can hop in. This truck is a little high off the ground. Like I said, 11.3 inches of ground clearance. So, even though the seats are pretty far back, I'm very comfortable back here. I have a lot of room, and let's turn the camera around for you. Well, there's what I have at 5'10". I am sitting straight up, so there's a little bit of room left where that's concerned. And we'll find air conditioning vents on the rear of the center console, as well as not only some USB connectivity. Let's see if I can show you down here what else we have. There's another form of connectivity with the power outlet right there. And this truck does have a sunroof. I don't know if I would call this conventional size. It seems to be maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe it has to do with the size of the truck as to why it seems a little bit bigger, but that's what we have. And in typical GMC fashion, no shortage of places to put the bottles and the drinks. There are the cup holders on the rear of the center console, as well as here on the fold-down armrest. And one other thing, you might have noticed the sliding rear window right here. You do see the rear window defogger. Is that a power rear window? No, it's not. It's manually operating, but it's here, so I might as well show you. And for those who are saying, okay, Tom, we haven't finished the entire tour of the truck, but what is the price? Well, you can see what the price is, and we have some additions that were added to this particular truck. There is the price right there. Now, you'll notice there's no addendum here. You might wonder, well, how do I achieve that, Tom? That's why you need to order your trucks. So for those of you who are curious about that, that's the answer to that question. And we'll take a look into the front seat through the driver's side door. As far as what we have, a little bit more space with the armrest, comfortable, plenty of room within the door bin right here. Now we still have kind of a large bottle holder right here, but there's an upper door bin. Not huge, but it is here. There is some space in there. And a nice look with the materials and the patterns that are here. So that works very well. Power seats for the driver and the passenger. And you'll also find the glove box right here. Plenty of space within that area. And we'll hop on in and just take a quick look across at the materials that we have. You will find a wireless charging pad here. Obviously, there are some connectivity options. A traditional style shifter. Tell me what you think about that. Do you feel like this is more appropriate for a mid-size truck, or would you like to have a column shifter up there? Always curious to know. More cup holders here in the front seat, and depending on where the seats are positioned, the lid for the center console can be used as an armrest. Quite a bit of space within for a mid-size truck, I would say. You have the removable tray, something else that you find in a lot of these GMC vehicles. There is quite a bit of space down in there. You also have a 12-volt power outlet. You can see what is in there beyond that as far as your space goes. Try and give you an idea. Pretty far down in there. Hopefully that shows up on the screen as well as it looks in person. And hopefully the background there that we're looking at through the windshield will give you a better view of the head-up display that is here within this truck. That's part of this trim level. And in case you are curious about the remote, here is what it looks like. Obviously carrying over from 2023 into 2024. Now, how to use remote start? Just like that. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but the truck actually locked itself. So we don't have to worry about actually locking the truck for remote start to work. And we didn't talk about it earlier, but you do have the chrome door handles right here. And you'll find that here on the front doors, you have this button right here. If you're not familiar with that, that's called passive entry. That allows you, when you have the remote on your person, to be able to basically gain access to the truck. You can lock and unlock all four doors from that area. So, we have our power adjustable side view mirrors. They are manually folding. They have blind spot monitoring built in, as you can see right there. And the chrome mirror caps. Also, the cameras There are cameras all over this truck. So let's take a look into the front seat area now. And obviously there'll be some additions here on the driver's side door, as you would expect, and that includes 2 settings for seat memory. So that's a good thing. You can adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. It would be kind of nice to have a grab handle right here, I think. You have one at the other 3 doors, but not here on the driver's side. I guess you could reach up here and grab the steering wheel to get in. And not that that's a bad thing, but just something to note as far as this truck goes. And you'll see the animated graphics. It's part of what you're paying for, so I might as well show it to you as far as what this truck has. Push button start, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary. But as of 2024, I must say that I think GMC really did a great job on what they've done with the instrument cluster right here. It definitely looks a lot more modern than what we had with the previous generation of the Canyon. So that's what you're going to have there. Here are your steering wheel mounted controls. A nice looking steering wheel. It is nice and comfortable. And you have a good old fashioned knob right here to control the volume of the radio, to push that to turn it on and off. And here is that screen we talked about earlier, the 11.3 inch screen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless compatibility for your phone, and obviously Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are here. You can see them right there. They're just darkened because nothing is connected at the moment. And you also have Google Assistant. I'm not going to demonstrate that, but you can say, hey, you know who. I don't demonstrate that in my videos anymore because apparently that was setting off devices in your house. So I'm trying to be considerate. And you have Google Maps right here. You can use that. Here's everything for your trailering. Really nice, easy to deal with screen, very simplistic. You can go in here into your vehicle settings and change a lot of different things. You have park assist, your front fog lights, different things right here that you can go in and deal with, your head-up display, and obviously quite a bit going on here. A pretty simple system to use. All you have to do is just kind of hunt and peck your way through. Now here under settings, I do want to show you a little bit more. Basically, this is really where you're going to make more changes to the vehicle as far as this goes. If you want to turn off buckle to drive, if you're driving around somewhere in a parking lot or something like that and you don't need to have your seatbelt on, well, that's nice to be able to do that. I don't want to discourage you from using your seatbelt when you're driving out on the road. However, make sure you do take that precaution and be safe out there. And obviously you can turn on or off your rear seat reminder right there. Teen driver mode is here. You can see everything that's here. How about collision detection systems? Well, here's what we have. Pretty easy to deal with. Again, you can go in and make some changes where that is concerned. That's easy to deal with. A really, really nice system here as far as everything goes. Simplistic, that's always a good thing. Now let's go in here and look at one of my favorite features, the cameras. Now there are multiple camera views. Now I did tell you earlier that you don't have a front camera washer, so you'll notice that I ran the windshield washer fluid right there. That shows you there is no camera washer up there, but I don't think most people are going to be too concerned about that. There's your front camera. There is your rear camera, but that's not all. There's several different camera views all over this truck. As you can see, we looked at the cameras in the side view mirrors. Well, there's what things look like, the 2 different views where that is concerned. And the good thing is you also have your overhead 360-degree view, so quite a bit going on where that is concerned. And let's see, I think that's all we have. One more view right here as far as if you're going to hitch up to a trailer, that would help. Or if you're backing up to something and saying, I'm not sure if I'm as close as I want to be or how close I really am. Well, there's a multitude of ways that can help. Don't let this technology scare you off. Maybe this is all new for some of you. There are some vehicles out there that have some complicated infotainment systems. Not here. That's a good thing about GMC. All the controls here for your air conditioning. So here's the good news is that you can make a lot of changes here. You can turn your heated seats on. You can also turn your ventilated seats on. And notice that's on the driver and the passenger side. There are all of your different controls, and you have dual zone climate control here. Pretty easy to deal with. If you want to sync both of the sides together, you can do that, or you can just leave it however you want to. And we didn't talk about this earlier, but here's your drive mode selector. So let's take a look at what happens on the screen. Very nice graphics when it comes to the drive mode selection, as far as just what I would call some added value. You know what mode you're in, and you see that the changes come up depending on what you do. That's all you have to do, is make those changes right there by simply rotating the dial, and you can do it back and forth. Everything else here, pretty easy to figure out. And I know some of you are probably saying, hey Tom, what about a test drive? Well, being that this is a pre-sold unit, unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. If it wasn't pre-sold, we would definitely do a test drive. Hopefully we'll get one in soon that is not pre-sold, and we can take care of that. But tell me what you think. Is this 2024 GMC Canyon Denali the best mid-size truck? Tell me what your thoughts are, and tell me why you answered the way that you did. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this truck for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed just yet, please be sure to do so you don't miss any future videos here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.